Hey all, Cohen here. So I wanted to make a video because I just had my consult with, sorry, hold on. There we go. I just had my consult with Dr. Crane. As many of you know, I have changed from the San Francisco location to the Texas location because Dr. Safer has left the San Francisco location to do his own thing for a bit before he retires. So I ended up deciding that I'm going to go see Dr. Crane. And so our consult was pretty quick because everything's pretty straightforward since I'm halfway through. And he is the man there, so I'm not overly concerned. I know a bunch of people that have gone to him, and they're super, super happy. And I have no issues or any concerns about going to him at all. I'm very happy to be going to have my final stages done by him. And to go to Texas will be pretty fun, and because COVID isn't terrible, it will be really nice to actually be able to go look at stuff, whereas when I went to San Francisco, it wasn't as easy. Like the first time, we really couldn't go anywhere, and the second time, we only went to a few places. So, yeah, I'm hoping that this time will be a little bit more fun, even though I have to go through some pain. Anyways, I'm gonna get into what I talked about. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below and I can further explain, but this is pretty much what's gonna go on. So at this point in time, there's gonna be, it's about a 1 hour surgery to do what I'm gonna get done. And that means that Dr. Crane said he could pretty much squeeze me in anywhere, even though his schedule is like super busy. So I have asked to try to get squeezed in September, which he said should be no problem. So in September, I will get it. Well, I'll get a date at some point, but I know that I'll be going in September for my stage 3. Now, for stage 3, I will end up going for my pre-op probably like a day or two before my surgery. My surgery will be on a Friday, and then on the Tuesday following that, that will be my post-op appointment. And the surgery itself, like I said, will be 1 hour, and it's a surgery that I get released the same day, so I won't have to worry about staying overnight. What is going to happen in this surgery is that they're going to take my phallus and the grafts that I had talked about that are underneath, though that tissue is going to be the inside of my urethra. So what they're going to do is like I guess tighten and pull my penis, and then there's going to be an area that will be my urethra that's open inside, and it will be stitched back together. And then I have the fistula that I pee out of, and that will also be closed up, so I won't have to worry about that anymore because that has been a royal pain in my butt, and it's been dysphoric at times and stuff like that. So I'm extremely happy to get that closed up, and I'm super happy at the premise of being able to stand to pee. And that, I believe, would be on my post-op checkup. So I guess the Tuesday I would be attempting to pee, and hopefully that would go all well. I will have a suprapubic catheter that has to stay in for 2 weeks, and that I'm going to get taken out when I come back home, because when I talked to Dr. Crane, he said because it's a 1 hour surgery and because of what we're doing, you don't necessarily have to stay after the point of the post-op appointment. So from surgery to post-op is 5 days. So technically, it's 4 or 5 days. So technically, I could leave after my post-op appointment. For my other surgery that I just had, it was 7 days. So I think I'm gonna I'm gonna probably stay the 7 days. So with coming maybe like 2 or 3 days early, it'll probably be like 10 days in total that I'll be staying there. But like we'll see how things go. If at my post-op appointment or whatever, it goes really well, maybe we just come home a little bit early. Who knows? But at the end of the day, like I'm not. It's doesn't really bother me either way as long as I'm cleared to go and I have no issues. Then, we'll see what happens. I also asked about lipo because I had some done before, and like I've said, like my penis is kind of like flatter and more squishy now, but because of how they're gonna make my urethra, it tightens it, and at this point, it seems, and even Dr. Safer said, it seems like I won't need any more lipo done, so I won't need any more debulking. If I do, I will get that done when I go back for stage 4 to get testicular implants. At this point in time, I have decided not to get an erectile device. Talking to many surgeons and the surgeons that I've dealt with, it's a 50-50 thing, and for me, I'd like to wait a bit, and if I want it, I'll go get it. If I don't, then I don't. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things I'm not overly concerned about right now. Also, I had asked because my phallus is like literally, it just is straight. It doesn't veer to either side, so I have no like lean to it. And I was curious if my urethra is being closed up, if there's a chance that it could end up having a bend depending on how like the stitching and everything heals, how it closes up together. And what I was told was that it's probably not gonna happen. Like, it's very rare that that might happen, and Dr. Crane kind of even had to think about it type thing, but he said it shouldn't be an issue and it shouldn't happen, and if it does, it would be like almost like nothing, like barely moved. So I was super happy to hear about that. Just because I don't have a bend in my phallus, it would be nice if it stayed that way, because I'm pretty happy with how it sits and everything like that right now. Also, I was asking about like supplies for recovery, and pretty much I was told that what I took in stage 2, and even if I think about it, it's pretty much like the medical supplies that I needed for stage 1, except for the things that I used for my leg graft. So when I get closer to my surgery date, I will make a video of what I'm taking with me. Also, because of all the airports and stuff, I don't know what it's going to be like in September, how flights and stuff are going to be. So again, like I did for my stage 2, I am literally doing carry-on, and that's about it. Like, I brought like maybe 3 days worth of clothes, and we had stayed at a place that had a washer and dryer, so that was mint. And honestly, the less clothes you bring, the better, because it's not like you want to like be doing too much after surgery. So it's like, just bring a couple clothes and then just like wash them. It's fine. And so that's what I'm gonna do, because that's just the easiest. Also, we talked about testicular implants, and it was just like, yeah, I'm gonna come get them done. Like, it wasn't any big discussion or whatever. It was just, that's like kind of like the last thing. They just need to be like plopped in, and we'll be good with that. But pretty much, like, those were my concerns. I already know the risks, and most of the risks were in stage 1, so it's such, like, the risks go down so much, and at the end of the day, like, I have had some minor complications, so, you know, that's something that I'm kind of used to at this point. Not in, like, a good way, or that it's, like, frequent, but, like, there have been things. I did recently have, like, a stitch come out again, so like I did have a little blister that I had to take care of, but at the end of the day, like, everything heals up fine. I take care of it properly. I swear by Medi Honey, to be honest. Like, just put that stuff on, put some gauze on, like, as long as you put it on where the wound is, you don't put it on like whatever, like your
I have the hiccups.
Yes, you do. Sorry, my son's here. He's just telling me he has the hiccups. So yeah, you don't want to put it on, like, oh my god, live skin that's, like, okay. Like, if you had a wound or something on your hand or a cut or whatever, you could put it on that. Honestly, it's gone in, like, no time flat. I swear by it. And if you go on Amazon, it's not even that expensive. I find it's less expensive than if you were to go to a holistic store or something like that. But that's one of my biggest things for recovery, is that it's amazing. So yeah, I'll do a bigger video about that. Not like, I'll do a video about that kind of stuff as well. If I get any updates, when I get my update for my date that my surgery will be and everything like that, I'll update everyone. I also am going to do another video. I talk to a lot of people and see a lot of people who are going through surgery, getting ready to, and they always ask about underwear. And I've been using the same brands for like at least 5 years. I use Separtech and 2Under, and I found, even before my surgery, when I was packing, those were perfect for packing. You didn't need a harness, you didn't need anything. Even an STP, didn't matter what I was packing. It worked better than any harness and any packing underwear that I've ever bought that's specific. I know it's not a trans company or anything like that, but I do have a code, so if you do go on to Sepratech and look at underwear there, and you type in COHEN 10, and Cohen has to be spelled all in caps. Sorry about that. It has to be spelled all in caps, but that will give you 10% off of your purchase. So if you want to go check those out, then you can do that. And if you feel like buying some, because they're so comfortable and they're really amazing, like honestly. And but anyways, I'll get into that in the next video because I want to talk about Sepratech and 2 Under, and I will also be like kind of like showing off some of them. I wear like the either like boxer briefs, or there's the longer ones that are really cool too. So if you do have a leg scar and you don't want it to get sunburned, you're not too ready to show, like have it show to anybody, those are really good. Even if you wear longer shorts, like it's still one of those things, like they work really well. And even and post-op, it's been amazing. Like they're the best underwear. I've bought other ones of different brands, and I've tried some of the ones that I have, but like if it doesn't have the separate pouch for your balls and your shaft, then for me, honestly, it's like it doesn't work for me. It's just not there. But anyways, I'm going to be doing that. If you have any questions about my consult, if you have any questions about anything else, drop it in the comments below, and I will talk about that in my next video. And I hope you all have a great week. Peace.